What's up, y'all? I'm Allyn, Hane, the Lawn Care Nut. Thanks for coming back for yet another week. Now, this is gonna be a super quick video because I gotta catch you guys up on some stuff so you understand what's coming in some future content here. And the first thing is, if you follow me on Twitter or you've been in our Facebook group, you know I actually resodded a good portion of my lawn. In fact, this portion that I'm standing on right here, this is what I call the main stage. This is the front lawn here, and I've actually resodded this and I've put in palmetto St. Augustine grass. That as opposed to what's over there, which is also St. Augustine grass. It's just Hydretain. So this here is just considered to be an improved variety. Even though palmetto's been around for a long time, it is considered to be an improved variety. And I actually chose to put this here in the front lawn for the main reason of I really wanted to just have an ability to give you guys more content. I figured, hey, let's go ahead and get another type of St. Augustine grass here so we can talk about the qualities of the two. And these are probably the two most readily available, at least they are here in Florida, that being palmetto and Hydretain. So there's more to the story though, and you're gonna see that some of these videos are sponsored. Not this one necessarily. This is one that I just chose to put in here since we were doing some rip-ups and stuff like that. But I mean, essentially what I did is I took sections of my lawn and I kind of made them like billboards for the grass growing company. Now there's a pretty complicated thing here, but there's basically companies that they pay to develop and find or bring along new varieties of different kind of grasses, and those companies, when they do that, they end up having like a patent on that grass for a while, and their job is to sell that grass or to get that grass planted. It's kind of an interesting thing. We're not going to go into it now. It's just a cool way the business works that I really didn't know before. But so I started working with these growers, these companies that have these different types of grasses that they want to get out there, because for me, it's all about content. So if I can get different kinds of grasses under my care here, then I'm able to bring you more content about that grass type and that grass variety and what's good about it and what it does and what you can do with it and stuff like that. Again, this part here isn't sponsored by anyone, but this is palmetto. And we're gonna talk more about this in the future here, but this is kind of interesting because I'm using some of my research that I did on my plug pots on the other side over there, if you remember. I'm using some of that research to dictate how I'm gonna establish this new palmetto sod here. I'm gonna hit it with some different things. So that's gonna be upcoming content there.
But another thing I did was get over here zoysia grass. So there's a big reason why, a bunch of reasons why, and that video will be coming out very soon as well. So this is a nice section of beautiful zoysia.
And then I also did something in the back lawn. I'm not gonna show you that now because it's a big surprise. So that's gonna come up a little later, sometime probably just before Thanksgiving. Actually, I got my kids coming in town, my parents are coming in town. I got a lot of things going on. I've actually overscheduled myself, if I'm really honest with you guys, but I'm gonna get through it, I'm gonna get to it, I'm gonna rock and roll here. Keep this content going for you over the cold winter, because down here in South Florida, as you know, we just don't go dormant.
Looks like, see how this is different colors like this? It looks like it was pulled from just two ends of the field or whatever, but it is all palmetto St. Augustine. So like that looks darker, this looks lighter. The same grass, it's just, again, two different ends of the field or whatever, but it definitely needs a little biostimulant to help pick it up. All right, so I wanted to come around here. Oh gosh, this has really been neglected. I put on Twitter that I neglected everything back here, including cleaning up this edge and all these weeds. But anyway, you guys will forgive me. So let me just make this video quick again. Okay, so this was the control, and I'll put on the screen how long it's been. This was the control though, and it's pretty much completely crispy dead. Now we are out of the rainy season. We've had a little bit of rain, but not recently, and you can see, I mean, bone dry, and you can't feel it, but the temperature of that soil is very hot right now. So there's a little growth in here. Actually, that one's tacked down pretty good, actually. Look at that. Look at those roots, John Perry. But either way, dunzo, right? Now, the next one we're going to go to then is RGS only. Now, keep in mind, these haven't gotten any fert at all. So here we go, RGS only. Now, I'm going to call this a win, considering, again, that this has had, that RGS is not a fertilizer, right? It just maximizes whatever was in the plant already. And remember, no water. We're bone dry. Look at this, bone dry. So there's a lot of green on that. So that just proves to me, especially when I compare to the control, that RGS actually does something. Wait, look at this one. This is Hydretain. I mean, this really proved its worth, because again, no water, and bone dry. No fertilizer either. Keep in mind, no fertilizer. So something that Hydretain is doing, besides keeping the plant alive moisture-wise, is, I don't know, keeping it, you know, fairly healthy. Again, total neglect here. Next, here is the Greene County Fertilizer Starter Fert. And once again, see, bone dry, but looking pretty good. I mean, obviously it's starting to die off, but look at this growth over here, and let's see what we can get here. Oh yeah, look at those roots, John Perry. Looking nice. So I'm gonna take these out of the pots eventually, and we're gonna look at the roots on them all, but I'm gonna let them go for longer for neglect. Now here's the heavier dip of the Greene County fertilizer starter fert, and it doesn't really look any different than the light dip. So, you know, light, heavy, doesn't matter, and that's what they tell you. You don't need to go heavy, but there you go. Actually, it does look a little darker, you know, now that I look at it, but not like huge. Here's Milo. Milo struggled from the beginning. It like shot out of the gates and then it just died. But again, look at these runners. These stolons are moving. I mean, look at this thing. Look at this stolon right here. So look at that. That is tacked down good. So it's like wrapping around. So interesting, right? Obviously way too heavy of a dose of Milo though. Just wanted to show you guys, don't go too heavy. Not a good thing. And then there's the final control right there. That, I hope that this is exciting for you, especially if you're down here and you have warm season grass. You're going to get to see a whole lot of new content, but I hope the rest of you will get something out of it too. And if anything, you can just look at me taking a giant chance on doing such a major thing here, and I hope you're entertained by that in some way, shape, or fashion. So with that, I'm Allyn Hane, the Lawn Care Nut. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the lawn.